What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Sohile Ali Show. It's great to see you all. I can't see shit. Why'd I say that? If you're listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, please give us a follow. Give us a nice rating there. Would appreciate it, man. This is my second solo pod episode, so, still figuring it out. We had some nice feedback from the first one, the last one I did on this channel, so I really appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube, please give this video a like, comment below, and subscribe for all future episodes. And yeah, man, excited to talk to you all today. Give you a little recap of what I've been up to with some stand-up comedy shows. Basically talk about some trending topics, get kind of a quick take on them, give some shout-outs to some people. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of fun stuff, man. So be sure to stick around. It's going to be a good time. Okay. That's enough with the fist in hand. It's like a goddamn baseball player. I never played baseball. I was brown. But no, this is man, this is again my weekly podcast. We missed hold on. So this episode, it's all over the place already. This episode is actually going to be coming out on hopefully January 29th, right? I'm recording this ahead of time because I'll actually be out of town. So really looking forward to, taking some time off and hanging with my buds. But hopefully this episode comes out on time and you're listening or watching, sometime after January 29th, 2024. Okay. All right. Let's see. If all things went well, then the last episode of this podcast was an interview with my good friend and very funny comedian TJ Worry. So click the card on the screen right now to check out that interview, if you haven't already. He's an awesome guy, an OG in comedy, and he's been doing it for a while. So we had a great little conversation. So shout out to TJ. Be sure to check out that episode on my channel as well. Okay, so let's see what else has been going on, man. We're gonna jump into some trending topics. Okay, we're gonna jump into trending topics. We're gonna do some, like I said, weekly recap, kind of what I've been up to recently. Talk about that. I'm gonna do a little working out some bits, right? WTD, that's what we're calling it. Write that down. Basically, where I go through my notes and take you all through the hellscape of my mind, and hopefully there's something there. Maybe I come up with, but we'll go through a couple of those, and then I'll talk about some upcoming shows I may have, and then do some shout-outs, and that'll be it. Cool. All right. What do you say? Let's just jump into the first topic I had here, which was the Emmy Awards. So I'm a big fan of TV. Hell, look at me. I've couched a few potatoes. That made no sense. But the Emmy Awards, by the time I'm recording this, was last week, right? It's crazy how all the award shows kind of go like back to back to back, just the season. Why not just keep the tux on? What are you doing? Sleep in it. Kieran Culkin. No, and it's crazy how everybody kind of wins in their category each time. It kind of leads up to the Emmys. Like I think it starts with like Screen Actors Guild, and then it goes into like maybe Golden Globes, and then it kind of all culminates with the Emmys, right? So Emmy Award highlights, let's see. Nothing too surprising, the big categories: Beef, Succession, obviously. Succession is hands down one of my favorite shows of all time. Amazing show for those, maybe been living under a rock who just still don't know or something. But Succession, pretty much won every one of their categories, I think, down to show. And it was pretty cool, the last Emmys that they're in, the last time to see everyone on stage. I think when Kieran Culkin won for Best Supporting Actor, him and Brian Cox shared like a nice smooch on the lips there from old Papa Bear, Brian Cox, Logan Roy to what was the guy's name? Kendall, Shiv. Holy shit, this is embarrassing. Roman, Jesus Christ, from Logan to Roman Roy. That was cool there, man. Nothing wrong with a little smooch on the lips from your pops, right? I mean, just ask Tom Brady. But he got him on there good, man. But it was cool, man. It was cool to see the Succession cast all together again, doing it. And, that's an awesome show. It's, I mean, I'm not breaking new ground here, obviously, but, check that out if you haven't already. Obviously, I actually got to interview one of the cast members, well, supporting cast. I'll say one of the people on the show, Stewie, the guy who played Stewie Husseini, Mr. Aryan Moyed, IU alumni, awesome actor. He's Emmy nominated. He presented. And that was a cool interview, man. I did that like almost 2 years ago now. So really happy to have talked with him. But yeah, let's see what else happened at the Emmy Awards. I think they were doing some cool like throwback stuff, kind of paying homage to old TV shows. It was a hell of a year of loss too. Like Norman Lear passed away. I mean, golly, that was a major loss. But yeah, they were doing like throwbacks to like All in the Family and Martin and I Love Lucy and things like that. It was pretty cool, I think Anthony Anderson did a pretty great job at hosting, And after we saw what happened with Joe Coy and the whole Golden Globe monologue debacle that I personally, think was a little bit blown out of proportion. I mean, he did not handle it well. Obviously, we talked about that already, but I think if you're gonna take it, take the jokes in stride. Don't take it too personally. Even you go back to like monologues from like Seth Meyers and even the Ricky Gervais. Even though he went so hard, it's not like every single joke was like fucking, killing. It's a tough room. We talked about this, but yeah, Anthony Anderson, man, he like incorporated his mom throughout the show, which I thought was pretty cool. His mom was like doing bits with him and was like a callback type deal, so that was pretty cool, man. But yeah, Beef, freaking this show. I watched the first episode of Beef. I didn't really kind of get into it too much, but I loved the first episode. I was like, this is dope. But man, they freaking Ali Wong, Steven Yeun, the creator, Sonny something. They all won, man. It was crazy. So it was cool to see, representation like that on the biggest stage. I'm always like shocked, not shocked, but it's always like a surprise to see Ali Wong will win, and then she'll get up and give her boyfriend Bill Hader a nice peck there, and I'm always like, holy shit, it's Bill Hader. Yeah, it's relationships, who knows, crazy world. But yeah, let's see what else, man. I guess we could jump into the thing I want to talk about, which was, so The Daily Show. The Daily Show won the Emmy for Best Variety Talk Series, I think. And that was pretty cool because for those of you that don't know or who I haven't already bothered with this fact already, but I was fortunate enough to intern at The Daily Show with Trevor Noah the summer of 2019. Shout out to all the interns then. That was best class, and we were one of the last classes before COVID, so what can you say? But it was cool, man. It was cool to see the people on stage, the producers, the executive producer, Jen Flans, all the people up there getting their shine, getting their moment. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was definitely the first time The Daily Show with Trevor Noah won like the best talk series variety Emmy Award. They may have won a short form or something for Between the Scenes, I think, before. But that was really cool, man. Very deserving. Those people work very hard. TV, man, is a hard business. Something I learned from interning there was like, man, you could work 10, 15 years in a production place like that and maybe rise the ranks like a couple times. Like, it is a grind, man, like, because it's so competitive, right? Everyone, people go to media school and film. What do you want to do? You want to work in production for The Daily Show? Hell yeah. So it's competitive, but the people there, I really appreciated, as busy as they were, as, hectic as their schedules were, and every day having to crank out a show. They were nice to us interns, they were considerate, and at the end, near the end of our term with them, they let us do a little Q&A with like heads of departments. So like head of the tape library, head of production, talent booking, all these areas. We were able to ask them questions, so that was pretty cool. I actually made a video a little while back on my channel, if you're curious, called how I got my internship at The Daily Show. If you want to kind of learn more about that. But great experience, man. Got to hang with the correspondents, which is great. Ronnie Chang, Desi Leidig, Michael Costa, Dulce Sloan, Jabuki Young White at the time, and of course the man who I consider the most underrated comedian working today, which is Mr. Roy Wood Jr. Roy was so sick, man. I remember I was at this Daily Show, just kind of doing some stuff in the back there, and all the correspondents have offices, and I remember seeing, and this is summer 2019, right? I remember seeing Roy post on his Instagram that he was coming to the Comedy Attic in Bloomington that fall. And I'm like literally sitting like, around the corner from his office, just like seeing on Instagram, like, oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. And I love this comedy, one of my favorite comedians. So I had to let him know, because I had to let him know, like I wanted to go support him. So I just like knocked on his door, and I was like, hey, Roy, don't want to bother you, man. Just want to say, saw you coming to my city. That's my hometown. I'll be there at the Attic. Can't wait to see your show. And he was so nice. He was like, man, you need some tickets, man. We can hook you up. And I was like, nah, man, I'll get tickets. I just want to let you know I'll be there. So he was like, what's up? That's what's up, man. I'll see you there. And that was really cool of him. But so that's the kind of guy Roy Wood Jr. is, man. He's a real one. He's an OG. He's been killing it. For so long. And so if you have not seen Roy's specials, he's hilarious, man. He's a really great Twitter follow as well, Roy. So I'm singing Roy's praises for a few reasons. At the Emmys, Roy obviously gets up with the whole show. He's part of the show. He gets up with them, and he starts mouthing like something along the lines of, please just hire a host. Please just hire a damn host. And like Trevor Noah's like accepting the award and thanking everyone, and Roy's just kind of off the side like, he's mouthing. And it's so funny, man, because he's so right. The Daily Show, he's like, we don't care, just hire a host, all mouthing. It's so good, man, because he's right. The Daily Show, since Trevor Noah announced he was leaving and he left late 2022, has not quite found their permanent host. They've done a rotation of guest hosts from like Hassan Minhaj to Damon Wayans and Cal Penn and Chelsea Handler, Sarah Silverman. They've done a lot of guest hosts, and the correspondents have had their shot at hosting as well. I think every single one got a good week of shows under their belt. But honestly, man, that's what kind of led Roy to kind of be like, hey, man, I want this job, the host position. You guys want to give it to me or not? And they kind of were like, probably just like, well, we don't quite know yet what we want to do. And Roy said, hey, man, that's cool, man. You all do you, I'll do me. And so, and good for him, rightfully so. He was like, I'm out of here. And honestly, if they're not going to have him as a host, they don't deserve him. They just don't. He's too talented and hardworking to not get that coveted role that I know he would have killed at, right? So, man, and the Daily Show apparently still hasn't decided on a host, man. It's crazy. I mean, yeah, I get it. You're backing a star or seemingly a star on a project, on a show that's has everything going against it. The way media is consumed today with streaming and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it pulls in, I don't know, maybe 500,000 viewers live, 600,000, maybe something like that. I'm not Nielsen, all right. I'm not Nielsen, but anyway, the Daily Show still hasn't picked a host, but Roy, man, he's the dude. And what's also sick is that Roy Wood Jr. is going to be closing out Limestone Comedy Festival here in Bloomington, Indiana on Sunday, June 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever the Sunday is of that first weekend of June at the Buskirk Shumley Theater. That's huge, man. When they announced Roy as one of the headliners of Limestone, dude, I honestly lost my shit. I mean, he's one of my favorites. I've seen him now live twice. I'm actually going to see him this Saturday with my mom. Him and Jordan Klepper do like a co-headline type tour. I think it's like Roy Wood Jr. and Jordan Klepper, like Save America or something. I'm so excited, man. They're playing the Egyptian Room, I think, at Old National. Very excited. Have seen them both live. I've seen Roy twice at the Attic, and he's going to be closing out Limestone, dude. That's going to be so fucking sick, man. That's going to be sick. I'm telling you right now, those shows got to sell out. They got to sell out. So if you're in Bloomington or near Bloomington and you want to have a great time that weekend, definitely get some passes to Limestone Comedy Festival. They're available now, I believe. But Roy Wood Jr. closing it out, dude. Hell, man. That's whatever it is, it's going to be a hell of a value, whatever you pay. So get the freaking V double triple VI pass, whatever VIP pass they offer, or whatever it is, because that's gonna be sweet. So can't wait to see Roy again, man. Can't wait for Limestone. I hope to host. I mean, we'll see what happens. I volunteered last year, and that was a lot of fun, and I got to meet some awesome comics. So hoping to do the same this year, man. It's really dope to have one of the best, if not the best, comedy festival in your hometown. So it's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool. We'll get into more about the Attic in my first weekend of shows here in a little bit. But yeah, man. What else about the Emmy Awards? Sarah Snook won. Sarah Snook always is awesome, man. She's always so like, she's fucking killer actress, man. Like her in Succession, especially in the third episode of the final season. Those that are watching know. I mean, seemingly her face on that screen, like taking that through the emotion and the way she went through it, man. That I saw that, and I think we all said, yeah, she's got the Emmy, man. She's got it in the bag. But so yeah, man, it was cool to see her get hers. But yeah, hey man, if you watch the Emmys, comment below in the YouTube there, or let me know kind of who you were excited about. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, overall, I think it was. The thing with the Emmys was, I think it was going up against Monday Night Football because of a rescheduled game, maybe. I think I remember hearing this. So the NFL had a game, and the Emmys were on, and I think there was like one more big show on. So there was a lot going on that it was like one of the least viewed Emmys of all time. But I think that's partly due to the football and the scheduling of it. The Eagles were playing. I remember because Rob McKinley, I don't know his name, but he's from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I saw a picture, like he was watching the Eagles game on his like iPhone while being at the Emmys, which I think is one of the realest things I've ever seen. But yeah, man, as someone who loves this stuff, loves film and TV, and doing comedy and podcasts and skits and sketches whenever possible, I'd be lying if I said I don't dream of one day being there. And I hope to look back at this one day and say, hey, you know what? Even if I was there, holding up the lights or sweeping the floors, hey, you still made it there. How cheesy was that? What else? Okay, so let's get into something else here, because this was a kind of a bit of a trending topic. A few other shows talked about this, and I kind of caught my attention. So I thought I'd talk through it with y'all, if you don't mind. Let me get a little sip of water real quick. Remember to hydrate, always. Okay, so George Carlin, oh my God, sorry. There was this AI George Carlin stand-up comedy special that was created and released recently. So what it is, essentially, it's a AI software program, model, what have you, that is doing its best attempt, or an attempt at producing on audio what would be a George Carlin-like stand-up comedy special today, right? And so what they probably did is imported every single one of his old specials, right, the real ones, and then they, AI model, it used it to train it, and then it produced one with his mannerisms, his dictation, his likeness, but all purely audio, but down to like the crowd reactions. Like it sounds fake as shit, but if you hear it, to the if you didn't know, you might listen and be like, is that a George Carlin record? I mean, if you were really not in the know, I'm just saying, because it sounds like it's from the time he was alive, and it sounds like it sounds like a comedy special. It sounds like something recorded in a theater or something with crowd reactions and stuff. I mean, he was one of the greats, so it sounds like it. But the thing everyone was talking about with the special is that it's obviously not him. He's passed away, and this is an AI model representing him or creating what it believes to be his comedic style. And I admittedly did listen to a little bit of it. I really, didn't want to support it or whatever, and I honestly feel a little bad for doing so. But I think it was important to listen to for a few reasons, because to any actual comic or fan of his, you listen to the first minute and you're gonna go, this is just wrong. This is just has an uneasiness to it. It's like a bad replica. It's like a wax sculpture, of him, and it's just not right, man. There's so many good George Carlin specials that you can go listen to right now, and so it's like, why would you waste your time with this? But it really brings to light kind of what the whole Hollywood strike was about, I think, last year. Like, the writer's strike went on so long, to my understanding, because they were still coming to agreements on things like AI and generative things that can, and for the actors too, right? Like that one Black Mirror episode of the latest season, using an actor's name, image, and likeness to create replica of them and use those in AI generated productions. I think the actors got protections over that. I think the writers got protections over AI, using AI to write scripts as well. And the thing you see and hear with this George Carlin thing, and I don't recommend you check it out. I will tell you that right now. I would hate to encourage any more viewership of it. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about it right now, because again, I only listened to a few minutes. But it's like, yeah, this technology, this level of computing, processing, and kind of replication, it's possible. It's possible. You can have an AI create a Picasso-like painting, and you would look at it and show someone, and they might believe, hey, is that one of Picasso's undiscovered works? Or unpublished, maybe. You can have it give you game plans, and have it run algorithms for, I'm thinking like coaching and like the NFL or something, like show me a defensive scheme. What's the best play to run against this based on data, based on training? Yeah, it can do that. But with everything, art especially, I think, and God willing, I'm right, but I think there will always need to be a level of human impact, input, and representation that honestly makes it something that would speak to another human being. And when what I mean by that is, you say put your heart in it or whatever, but I think it's really just putting your you into it, right? And we might see and hear things that look exactly like other things of people that we love and adore. But at the end of the day, it wasn't from them. And I think, at least for now, you can tell. You can tell when it's not from that person. And hopefully that matters, I think it matters, dude. I even if it was like, it's not like that funny. It's just like kind of surface level jokes and low hanging fruit that the special, kind of a training enough from his jokes to know how he would take certain premises and how he'd break it down. You can kind of see the through line to exactly which thing it was from. So anyway, man, it just, there's just too much good art and real things being made from real people, I think, to fill your days, to fill your needs, and generative things, music, film, movies. Even if it was something, and they are, they can be entertaining. They can be, quote unquote, good quality. But are they? Are they? Think about that one. I don't know. I pose it to you all as well. Let me know if you're pondering this thing as well. This changing world, man. Please comment below. Let me know your thoughts on it. It would be an interesting conversation to be had for sure. For sure. Awesome. Okay. Well, I think honestly that was really all like the trending topics I kind of wanted to get into. We're putting this out a little late, so kind of late to the show on some of these things, but I wanted to talk about those things. So let's basically jump into the next thing I wanted to talk about, which is my weekly recap, right? So this is a section where I share with you all, seemingly what happened the last week with either comedy shows, mics, any milestones, just things I've been up to. I think would be fun to share. So let's just jump into it, man. First things first. Hey, we hit over 2,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. So congratulations to you all for making that happen. Every single one of you that are subscribed are a part of that. So I really appreciate it. And yeah, man, I mean, I've been, on YouTube trying it for a long time now, but it's cool, like in the last year, I'd say last year, maybe year and a half, kind of really focusing a little more on the content and putting out stuff that I'm more proud of and things like that. I think it's been cool, man. It's been cool with different sketches and stuff and podcast clips and just funny videos here and there. It's cool. It's cool to see it actually, that number kind of push forward slowly but surely. So if you subscribed, I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, please join the family, man. What are you waiting for? Join us as we push towards the next milestone, which will hopefully be 3,000. We'll celebrate the next 1,000. Why not? So if you're not already subscribed on the YouTube channel, man, join us. Join all 2,000 of the family members, man. It's gonna be cool, man. It's cool to see that, and so I really appreciate everyone who's subscribed. What else? Okay, so last week, or at least by the time I'm recording this last week, I went to the IU Purdue basketball game. Indiana University Purdue basketball game, at home at Assembly Hall. I'd never been to one before, so shout out to my coworker Kim, who provided me an extra ticket with her boy Drew. That was one of the worst losses IU ever took in its storied career. I think it was the worst loss we've had to Purdue since like the 60s or something, dude. It was nuts, man. Oh my God, it was frustrating. But man, I always tell people, I was like, hey, I had fun for about 5 minutes. But man, we were up there, man. We were chanting. I was doing my part. Hey, I was doing my part as a fan. I was in that bitch, man. I was clapping. I was screaming. I was shouting. Putting that Diet Coke running through my veins, man. I was out there. I was in it. But hey, man, good Lord, man. Good Lord, we took a spanking. They owned us. Whoo-wee. Not good. Honestly, man, IU basketball is in a bit of a funk right now, dude. We've just been doing some stupid stuff, but it's whatever, man. Hopefully they figure it out. But, on paper, hey, you're going to the IU Purdue game at home at Assembly Hall, sold out crowd, whiteouts. Have fun. Ooh. Lost by 20 plus, eh? Not so much fun. No, man. So it's just fun to go. And we stayed till the end. We did. But yeah, shout out to Kim, man. Appreciate the ticket. And now I've been to an IU Purdue game. Which one? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I've been to one. So I did that last week. Let's see what else. Yeah. I'll jump into it. So wait, what do I have here? Yeah, we'll talk about it. I had the great privilege of hosting 4 shows for headliner Lucas Zelnick at the Comedy Attic here in Bloomington. That's what I did last weekend, man. Comedy Attic is in my hometown. I recently got in there, and I've been hosting the open mic nights every so often. So I was so thrilled to be able to host an actual weekend of shows. And man, were they a weekend of shows. This dude, shout out to Lucas, man. He is popping right now. He is hot stuff. I'm not just talking virality. Virality? Did I just refer to him as a disease? No, he's like... I remember when they told me about him, I went to his profile and I was like, I don't think I remember. And I looked at his profile. I had liked like 5 of his videos. His reels are popping right now, man. He blew up on reels on TikTok, and he's been killing, man. Very funny guy. He's done Don't Tell. I think he recorded for Comedy Central. That's coming out. Really cool guy, man. You know, you hang out with headliners and stuff sometimes. You know, they want to talk. Sometimes they don't. He was really cool, man. So shout out to Lucas, and we had a really, really fun time. And shout out to his feature, Dayton Bissett. Very funny dude from Kansas City. He's in New York now doing his thing. And it was dope, man. Really dope. Saturday night, both shows had sold out. So, I mean, sold out shows at the Comedy Attic, dude. Like, what the fuck more could you ask for? It was a blessing, man. And so, I mean, shout out to them. I listened to my sets from Friday and kind of made some adjustments. And so Saturday night was just boom. I feel pretty good about them. Had a great time, man. And it was just dope to watch Dayton do his thing. I had heard of him before. Like, he gotten shouted out on like Mark Norman's podcast with Joe List. Like, he's open for Mark Norman a ton. So it's cool, man. These guys, and you know, people you hear about opening for huge people you hear about, you know, getting awesome credits. They're still comics. I talk like I've done something, but they're still comics, man. Like, they're dope people, and they understand the grind. So if you show a genuine interest in them and kind of ask them questions and hear about their experiences, like, they'll tell you. They'll tell you for the most part. So, yeah, man, had a lot of fun. Shout out to the staff at the Comedy Attic, as always, the kitchen, the wait staff, and everybody involved there. It was awesome, man. It was awesome. Like, it really, you know, and I've known about the club, you know, most of my life, but to be able to actually work there and kind of represent it off the top was really special for me. So I will never forget it. And Lucas, you'll always be my first headliner, that is, but we'll get to that later. No, he's a hot guy. All right, no, he's but so those were great shows all around, man. Okay, a lot of good stuff. Okay, all right. Moving on here, I think it's a good time now to get into what I like to call, what I've been calling, write that down. Okay, so write that down is what I just write. I do the acronym WTD. Anytime I have an idea, anytime I think I have something that maybe could be a joke, I open up my Google Keep Notes and I add a new note, and at the very top I write WTD joke for write that down. That way, when I want to go back through, I can just literally search WTD and kind of get all the ones that popped up there. So that's literally what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go into my notes. I'm going to search for these WTD, and again, for my fellow comics out there, however you write down your jokes and stuff, I'd love to know, you know, how do you stay organized? But let's see here. I've got some of these things, again, they're not even like fully fleshed out jokes or bits at all. So what my hope is with this section is I get to talk through it and maybe find something in it with you all as I kind of explore it. So hopefully that's something that, you know, you might find interesting. So let's see what we got. Hydrate. Okay. All right. So this first one here. So my girlfriend works at the hospital, right? And she was telling me how what they're doing is they're going to be painting the hospital walls to kind of match their brand color palette. I'm not going to mention the hospital, but anyway. So new paint, new colors basically going up in the hospital. She's like, yeah. She's like, because for the last 5 years, it's just been white walls, and they kind of want to freshen it up. And my reaction to that was, yeah, okay, yeah. Because that's what the guy laying down in a coma is really missing. Some periwinkle going on there. Or not, something. I don't know. Just like, I think what I wrote down was like, yeah, that's, paint on the walls. Yeah, something for the patients. Something to make them feel a little bit more at ease. When you're in a coma, just staring up in the ceiling, just being like, oh, is that eggshell? Is that matte? Is that matte paint? That's pretty cool, guys. Hey, thanks. Yeah, some more Jello whenever you get a second there. That's, man. Sometimes you talk through these and you just go, this was just more sad than anything. But hey, I believe in this. I have yet to try it on stage at a mic or anything, but I believe in the concept of, like, painting the hospital for the patients. Like, we hear you. We've been listening. They've wanted a few more things. More affordable care. Better care, better treatment. But you know what? We said no. We're gonna take it to the next level. We're gonna paint the goddamn walls. Is what we're gonna do. We're gonna paint the walls. Get some carpet in here. Get some new TV, some aroma diffusers. Make it a real good hang. Make it a good hang. Invite your family. Have them see it for the last time. Golly, yeah. See, like I said, I gotta cut the sad out and find the funny. Have I found it? Not yet. Okay, this thing, I don't know if I talked about it last time, so I'm gonna give you what I got so far. But I tried it literally last night at Hoppy Wobble's open mic here in Bloomington every Sunday, and I got some kind of a reaction. So let's see. So New York Times apparently published an article that said that girls are hitting puberty at a younger age, and that no one really knows why. And I said that article was published, the findings were published from the University of R. Kelly. Kind of got something there. But no, I mean, my whole thing was like, who the hell is the creep to notice? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, that was kind of where my head went with it. And don't ask why. No. Girls hitting puberty at a younger age. Who the hell was the first creep to notice? Who would mention such a thing? Like, hey man, is it just me or some of these girls looking a little? You know what? Never mind. I'm gonna sit on that report. I'm not gonna be attached to this publication there. I don't know, man. Maybe absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'd rather just act oblivious, until everyone's 18. Then even look. I don't even know what you're talking about. Not even risking it. R. Kelly Lab kind of did something there. We got to back this up with science, man. We got to back this up with science. So yeah, that's kind of all I had for that one. If you got anything for me, please let me know. Golly, that we talked about that one. I need to do more writing, man. I've been fucking slacking. Clearly. Let's see. I'll go through one more here. Okay, I'll go through this one because I did try it, but I did not write nearly enough to give it a good test because it was fucked up. But, the excuses you make. But I'll give you all this. So, apparently there's a public library in Tell City, Indiana, that people think is haunted now because the librarian came in one day and there was a volume of one book just on the floor. Like someone had pushed it onto the floor. And it was a volume of a Civil War book, like the first volume of a Civil War book. So I was like, I think the ghost is trying to tell us something about Tell City, Indiana. I think the ghost is telling the librarian and the people there, hey man, I think y'all need to brush up on this one. I think y'all need to remember what the war was about in this election year. No, is this something? Maybe, right? Progressive ghost. He's just trying to, you're not being haunted. You're being educated. You're not, You know, if it was one copy of anything else, I don't know. I just that the Civil War aspect of it was something to me, but clearly I have to find more to it. I will, maybe not, but I'll give it my best try there. Okay, that was WTD, or write that down. Thank you for sitting through that there, or cringing through it. Cool, man. I'm gonna just see if there's anything I can plug here now. Some upcoming shows, perhaps. May not be too much there, but let's see. By the time this is out, so this will be out on Monday, I'll be coming back, and let's see here. I think the next thing I have is probably this show. I'll be doing a show at Rose-Hulman University, actually, on February 16th with Eric Hook. So very excited for that show. If you go to Rose-Hulman, or if you know anybody at Rose-Hulman, tell them to come out, man. Should be a fun time. We'll be doing our thing, doing longer sets, and just trying to make these fucking nerds laugh. Okay, they're goddamn high GPAs, man. Rose-Hulman, man. This is engineering for sure. And some big minds there, big brains. So trying to, make them have a chuckle between, chem labs and shit. This is embarrassing. I think that's all I really have to plug as of now. Yeah, man, we're doing the thing. We're just trying to get. If you have a show, you need someone. No, doing it whenever possible. Sometimes things come up randomly, but Rose-Hulman show is what I'll plug for now. What else, man? I'm gonna do a few more shout outs and we'll be out of here. All right. Thank you for sticking around. If you're still sticking around and you're still listening, watching, I love you. Hit that like button, comment, and subscribe, of course. But shout out to Sophia. She's our top listener right now. She was at the Summit City Comedy Club when I was there with Taylor Williamson and Joey Bragg, and she's been a fan ever since. I appreciate it, Sophia. God bless you. Thank you for your support. Shout out again to the Comedy Addict staff for being awesome and doing what they do to the highest degree, and welcoming me and making me feel right at home all weekend and always. So I really appreciate that. Shout outs again to Lucas Zelnick and Dayton Bissett. Follow them, check them out, man. They're very hilarious. Tag them on my Instagram post. I swear, I think you'll hear about them both if you haven't already very soon. And then finally, I want to shout out any of my friends. I know I've seen a few of them who are, at the time this is being recorded, auditioning for the Streamer Showcase. And those of them know who they are. So if you saw a friend post about it or you are that person, TJ Worry, shout out to you for getting that opportunity. And I hope you killed it. So shout out to all that. It's cool, man. You never know the people in your circle, this is a small field, man. Stand up and, you got to celebrate the wins of your friends. Genuinely, It's great. Hilarious people getting their recognition, getting their opportunities. And that's always amazing to see. People from Indianapolis, Chicago, West Lafayette. I think I saw maybe a few Cincinnati people. So yeah, man, it's really dope to see. Really dope to see. Okay. All right, man. I think that's it for the show, man. I'm gonna end it right here. But again, if you are not already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Join all 2,000 plus of us now on this. New episodes will come out weekly, as best of my ability. I'm still hoping to do one interview a month. We got TJ for January. Looking for guests for February, March, April. If you're interested, reach out. Let me know. I do have some people in mind I want to reach out to, so we might get you down the line. But other than that, man, I love you. Appreciate you. Hope all your dreams come true. Every day is a new opportunity. Yada, yada, yada. And yeah, just appreciate you supporting. So thank you very much for watching, listening. And I'll see you all next time. Peace. Real quick before you click away, thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, comment below, and subscribe for all future videos. And be sure to check out these two videos right here. Hope you have a great one.